Now, I'm on a quest to increasing my production value here on YouTube, but that comes with bigger file sizes, for example when producing 4K. But the internal storage of my MacBook Pro is limited to just 1 TB because of course it is non-expandable. But external solutions are a really viable option because of the speed of the different ports of the MacBook Pro, going up to 4.0 USB or Thunderbolt 4. Now, however, the question is, should you just get one of these drives like the Crucial X8 or the Samsung T7, which are ready-made SSD drives you can just plug in, or should you maybe opt for one of these options, which is a housing for a M.2 NVMe SSD, and then of course you buy the housing and the SSD separately. Is it a speed difference between these and these? Let's find out in this video. Now, for transparency, all of these have been sent to me so that I make videos about them. However, I'm not going to show these videos to the respective companies before these videos get published. So this is my opinion. These are my findings that I'm going to present to you as honestly as possible. Now, of course, if you're interested in any of these, I will have links in the description below so you can check those out. And if you are shopping through those links, you always help out my channel to make more videos like this possible. Then I also have a bunch of other videos about this topic in the description below so that you can check those out as well. But I also will mention some of them during this video. Now, there are a couple of aspects to take into consideration. Of course, you have the transfer speed, but you also might want to talk about the ease of use as well as the slickness of the design or the smallness of the whole setup. Now, for that last question, the clear answer is if you want something really, really small and slick looking, then you might be better off with one of these ready-made solutions. These here are extremely thin, they're also extremely small, and even if I take, for example, this here, you can see that it is significantly longer, but not just that, it is also significantly thicker. So that is something that goes through pretty much all of the NVMe housings and the comparison to the SSDs that I have as well. Now that is mostly because the NVMe SSDs also produce a good amount of heat, so that is one of the reasons why those housings are the way they are, and also they are expandable. So that's a point that goes toward the NVMe housings, where, for example, you can replace the SSD over time, for example, when the SSD for whatever reason might show defective sectors, or if you want to, for example, get a bigger NVMe SSD and you can still continue using the same housing. Now, if you want to learn more about these different housings, I have a video specifically about those, talking about the ease of use of each of the different NVMe housings individually. And I also have a specific video also linked up here where I talk about the concrete speed differences of different SSDs in these housings. Now, in this video, I am focusing mostly on the top 7 results based on a specific ranking that I created for the NVMe SSDs combined with their housings to talk about some of those aspects in terms of the speed as well as the cost effectiveness at that speed. So for that, let's jump over to the screen and I can show you a couple of those results. Now, at the top of the list, you have the 3 ready-made SSDs. The Crucial X8, the Samsung T7, and a SATA SSD drive from Western Digital with about 500 GB in storage. And the reason why I'm putting this in there as well is because it might also be an interesting solution for you if you don't want to go for these, and I just wanted to include it in these tests. Now, in terms of price, as always, I cannot give you exact pricings based on the information that is currently as you're watching this online, but I can only give you information based on the prices based on the moment that I have been making these videos. And I think it is important to include because it is necessary to make an informed decision whether or not one solution is better or the other in terms of how you might want to judge that. So the Crucial X8 costs 200 euros, the Samsung T7 235. Now that boils down to a per gigabyte cost because the Samsung T7 and the Crucial X8 both are 2 terabyte drives to about 10 cents and 11 or 12 cents on every single gigabyte. Now the speed tests that you can see here on this list are done with Blackmagic Design's disk speed and also with the Morpheus Disk Mark 4.0. And the Morpheus I actually ran on an Intel machine as well as a M1 Max MacBook Pro. So what you can see based on these results between the Crucial X8 and the Samsung T7, you can see that they are kind of similar, but the Samsung T7 is actually significantly slower. And this is all with the IPFS file system. So what we can see right off the bat is that the Crucial X8, despite being cheaper, is actually significantly faster. Now in the bottom half of the screen, you can also see the NVMe housings and their respective drives. And in this case, I actually sorted the results based on my personal scoring mechanism or my scoring rating, and that is basically distilled out of the inverse of the price per gigabyte and then taking the gigabytes per second in the read and the write speed. Adding all of that up, I come to this list, and to me, that is the most logical list based on the most expensive has the highest read and write speeds, and then lower than that, you have most of the time less expensive solutions and also comparable write speeds and stuff like that. So that's the way I came up with these numbers. Now, if you want to have more details about this specific table, you can also check out my other video about NVMe SSDs and their respective housings, which I will have linked up here. But basically, the Acasis is actually the cheapest SSD drive that has USB 4.0 support that I was able to have in this lineup. And that, combined with the 980 Pro from Samsung, that is the most expensive NVMe SSD that I had here in this lineup. And it is giving you the best results in terms of read and write speed, specifically the write speed. Now, if you go one step lower, you have the 970 Plus from Samsung inside of the same housing. And there you get a performance that is quite similar in the read department, but just not as similar in the write department. But you're spending about 16 or 17 cents on every gigabyte, and that's about, well, it's a good chunk less. And on the third place, in terms of the NVMEs and housings, you will find the IC box with the 970 Evo Plus. This is a relatively inexpensive solution, but it also gives you good speed. Now, one thing I have to mention about this IC box SSD housing is that it is a 3.2 USB housing. Those others are a 4.0. Now, the funny thing is, or the not so funny thing, the MacBook Pro actually does not support USB 3.2 and always falls back to 3.1. Despite being able to support 4.0 quite well. It's just the 3.2 that is not supported. So this is a housing that I was not able to test to its full potential. You might just be able to get about double the speed when you have a device that is compatible with 3.2 USB. But for the price and speed, this is also a solid solution in the self-built NVMe housing combinations. But I think the synthetic benchmarks are not everything. It is also very interesting to look at actual transfer speeds when you are transferring data, for example, from the internal to that external drive and then back to the internal drive to see how fast are things going actually. For this test, I used the tool Carbon Copy Cloner, which is my favorite way to transfer data from the internal to the external, while also knowing that the integrity of the files is going to stay intact. And it also has a bunch of backup features that are also incredibly useful. Now, the results that you can see here on the screen are a transfer of 101 gigabytes from the internal to the external and then going backwards as well. Now, with the Crucial X8, we have 2 minutes and 1 second with the reading, so copying from the external to the internal. Now, and then for the writing, it took 1 minute and 49 seconds. The Samsung T7, on the other hand, took 2 minutes and 35 to read from the drive and 2 minutes and 10 seconds to write to the drive. Now, this is pretty much in line with the synthetic benchmark tests, where the Crucial X8 was pretty much faster than the Samsung T7. And that is something that you can see here very well. Now, looking at the housing and SSD connections again, we have a similar result with the 980 Pro in the Acasis being the fastest at the lowest price point if you want to go for that read and write performance. As you can see, we have 55 seconds in both directions basically. Now, if you go with the Samsung 970 Evo Plus, then you have a price that is about 120 euros less than the 980 and the Acasis housing. However, you are still getting a pretty solid transfer speed of 1 minute and 22 from the read and 1 minute and 40 from the writing. So there, I think that the rating of price is a really, really big one because this is a relatively inexpensive package, but it gives you really good results still. And once more, the IC box, because of its price that is so low in the IC box itself, the housing, that way you also have that on place 3 with the 970 Evo Plus, and the transfer there took 1 minute and 43 seconds and 1 minute and 41 seconds respectively, which is actually faster than the Crucial X8, and so are the other ones. Now, when we put all of these into one table to just simply compare based on this ranking that I continuously mention, where I take the inverse of the price per gigabyte and then the gigabytes per second in read and write to add all of those up, that's how you end up with this table. Now the Crucial X8 here has the lowest price per gigabyte with just 10 cents per every gigabyte, and this is again for a 2 terabyte drive, so you have 200 euros that you have to spend. And you're getting about 1 gigabyte per second in the read and the write department, and with that you have the 2 minutes and 1 second in the read and 1 minute and 49 seconds in the write speed. Now if you want to have the absolute speed winner and just transfer 100 gigabytes in under 1 minute in both direction, read and write, then you can go for the Acasis with the 980 Pro from Samsung. That case and drive combination was the absolute speed winner throughout my testing. Now that, however, is also more than double from what the Crucial X8 costs. If you want to go a little lower with the price, but still have excellent read performance and actually much faster read performance than with the Crucial X8, and in the synthetic benchmarks it is about 3 times as much, then you can also go for the Acasis with the Samsung 970 EVO Plus. This combination, in my opinion, is probably the best value that you can get here. You have the transfer speeds of 3000 megabytes per second reading and about 1100 megabytes per second in the write department, which then also gives you really good transfers in both directions when you transfer data, but it isn't as price intensive as, for example, getting this with the 980 Pro. However, it is still about 130 euros more than going for the Crucial. So again, it is all about the question of price. Now, if you're, for example, doing a lot of video editing with multiple cameras, and that's what I'm doing with multicam sequences in 4K, then I would definitely go for something like this because it has that 3000 megabyte per second in the read department. I don't necessarily care about the writing as much, but the reading is really the key here. Now, something I found really interesting was that the Samsung T7 didn't perform as well as I would have expected based on all of the branding, and especially based on the fact that so many people are using this drive. It is a relatively expensive drive with 235 euros as of this recording, and with that, the performance was just not up there. Even taking, for example, something like the Icebox, which is a USB 3.2 drive, which with macOS is not even going to go to its full potential. With this and a 970 EVO Plus, you spend about $10 more, but you are gaining about 300 megabytes per second in read and write speed in comparison to the Samsung T7. Now that is something that I would 100% think about when I'm looking at solutions like this. Now my personal favorite, based on the test that I've been doing, is the Acasis housing with the Samsung 970 EVO Plus NVMe SSD. This costs about 331 euros in this combination that is built right here, but it gives you 3000 megabytes per second in the read department and over 1000 megabytes per second in the writing, which leads to a really fast 4K multicam workflow in Premiere Pro, and also editing photos, and a ton of them, through Lightroom on this drive is a breeze. The extra euros you would have to spend on the 980 Pro as an NVMe SSD for this housing is, in my opinion, absolutely not worth it to just get a bit more write performance, which I usually only need when offloading my footage or moving it onto this drive. Most everything else is reading off of this drive. However, I also can't really say much against the Crucial X8. This drive really surprised me with its read and write performance of almost 1000 megabytes per second and a really good write and read performance in the data transfer, and all of that for an incredible price of just 10 cents per gigabyte, totaling only 200 euros. So this here might give you slightly more read performance, and this might be important to you as well if you're, for example, doing multi-stream 4K editing. But for someone doing photography and Lightroom editing, I think this here might be even a better choice, and especially an easier choice to handle, not have to worry about building it yourself and mixing and matching different NVMEs and housings. And with that, you have all the information you need to figure out whether or not you want to buy a ready-made or build your own NVMe and housing combination. If you want to shop any of these, then you can check out links in the description. Those are affiliate links, and they always help me make more videos like these possible so that you don't have to make all of these tests yourself. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up. That is always greatly appreciated. And with all that said, I hope you have an amazing day. Make it your life. Choose wisely when you choose your external storage, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.